Coach Bob Czarnecki. Coach Czarnecki began his coaching at Trenton High School in 1991 after 6 years in Louisiana. His teams have won 7 conference championships, have had 2 undefeated seasons, is an 11-time state playoff qualifier. He has been named 7 times Coach of the Year by the News Herald, and in 1996 and 2001 named him MHSFCA Regional Coach of the Year. He was the East head coach of the East-West All-Star Game in 2005. He will begin his 26th year as head coach at Trenton this fall. Coach Czarnecki's biggest thrill in coaching: breaking a 34-game losing streak that Trenton was in when I first got the job. A double overtime win against Redford Thurston. Coach Czarnecki's most humorous incident in coaching: in the game against Thurston, we had a chance to win the game in the first overtime. When the ball was kicked, the students stormed the field. We missed the kick. The students froze on the field. We had to clear the field in order to win the game in the second overtime. Coach Czarnecki's additional comment about coaching: it has been a great honor to coach where I played. I am, and always have been, proud of our city and school. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Bob Czarnecki.
I was taught as a young boy that nothing great was ever done by yourself. So I feel really uncomfortable right now standing up here by myself. So if you'll let me, I really think that in order to truly accept this award, I have to give credit where credit's due. When I was in high school, I played at Trenton. I played for Jack Hastignola, who is also a Hall of Famer. And as a sophomore, I was on the practice field listening to Coach Jack, and it dawned on me very clearly that I knew what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I was going to be a football coach, and I was going to teach at Trenton High School. So when a lot of my friends were stumbling through what they were going to become, I had always had this keen sense, and I always really felt very fortunate that I knew what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, and where I wanted to do it at such an early age. At Trenton, we talk to our kids an awful lot about the journey being almost as important as the destination. And that to me is very applicable right now standing here. So, you know, after my journey through high school football, I was taken to Crowley, Louisiana, and I worked for 2 gentlemen down there. The first, and again, both were tremendously valuable lessons, and both are reasons that I'm standing right here right now. The first I worked for 2 years, and he taught me exactly what not to do as a football coach. And that lesson may have been more valuable than when I figured out really what to do. The next I worked for the rest of the time I was in Louisiana. And Coach Cook is here with us. Coach, will you stand up just for a second, please? Coach Cook he's an icon in Louisiana high school football. He's won over 300 games. He's won several state championships. He is my mentor. He's one of my dearest friends, and probably more importantly, he's one of the most genuine human beings I've ever met in my life. And he took time out of his busy schedule to be here. Just months ago, he was inducted into Louisiana's Football Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Coach. My chance to come back to Trenton came next, and 3 brave souls. Don Kolcheff was the superintendent, Joe Peterson, who was our principal, and Eric Federico, who was our athletic director, took a chance on a kid who had never been a football coach before, and that was 25 years ago. Also, I met a very kind heart when I first came back to Trenton, and it was a man who didn't really have to be kind-hearted to me because of the situation. But Don Warner, who was the coach there prior to my coming, was nothing but welcoming, and he really made the transition very easy for me when he really didn't have to. When I accepted the job at Trenton, I told them that they would never ever have to tell me if I did anything great, because I would tell them before that. And I've done 7 great things in my life. And I really truly believe that I have done 7 great things. The first was to marry Jackie Gorno. The story of how we met, it takes too long, and I'm not gonna take that time right now. But ladies, you'll appreciate this, especially the coaches' wives. My wife was one that could not sit in the stands because she had a front pack on, she had a backpack on, she had a double stroller, she had Michael hanging on one pocket and Barb hanging on the other. So she was the lady that was in the end zone all of the time. To really put all of that in perspective and how she contributes to what we do, I lost my first 19 football games as a head coach at Trenton. I came back at the Savior and didn't quite get to the saving for quite a while, until I married Jack. The 3rd year of my being at Trenton, we married, and we promptly went 6-3, and we really haven't looked back since then. You know, I know that we don't always see eye to eye, but I want her to know that I've always admired her and I'll always love her. Jackie, thank you. Now, the other 6 great things that I've done are sitting here tonight too. And if you choose to, please stand, and if you don't, just wave your hand or just acknowledge that you hear me. The first is our oldest, Michael Dean. He's was the MVP at Albion this past fall. Barbara Rose, who's a sophomore now at Eastern. One of the great joys of my life had been watching her compete. I'm still sad she's not any longer. But Barb. The third is Patrick. Patrick will more than likely be one of our captains this fall. He's going to be our quarterback. He's going to be our leader. Patrick, wherever you are. Antoinette. Tony Lee's a little tenacious point guard on our basketball team, and she has started to kind of fill in the want I have to see my girls compete. It's been fun, and I hope she'll continue to do that. The 5th miracle is Angelo. At the Arthur's Middle School, they call him Sweetness. Angie's a 3-sport kid over there. There he is in the bow tie. And Joseph is truly our miracle. Joseph's a 3-sport kid at St. Patrick's and St. Joe's. Joseph? All I can do is say thank you for everything you've sacrificed so I can be standing here right now. To my extended family, the Gornos, the Schefflers, the Wolves, the Carlsons, the DeMarcos, the Beckhams, please don't think that I ever underestimate how much you care. A special thanks to my sister-in-law, Mary Scheffler, who has been nothing short of being an angel through the course of a lot of years and a lot of hardships. Mary, thank you very much. A special thanks, of course, to all those young men who played for us. They let us share their goals and their dreams, and they allowed us to be part of their personal journey towards manhood. And of course, I don't know how you thank the guys that you coach with and some of the guys you coach against. We spend so much time together, and we share so much together. You know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. You know, we've been through marriages, we've been through the birth of children, we've been through sickness, we've been through transplants, we've even been through death. But the bond that you forge with those guys are something that's priceless, and I will always carry that with me. I can honestly say that my time at Trenton has given me an opportunity to feel like I've never truly worked a day in my life because I've loved it so much. Home is always home, and I feel so honored to be able to raise my children. So in closing, I'd like to give a special thanks to the association and to Kent Sikora, who coaches at Gibraltar, for making this night so incredibly special. So as a representative of my family, myself, Trenton High School, all of those kids who we coach now and we've coached in the past, and all of those men who work so hard at Trenton to make this sport more than just football. With all of you in my heart, for all of us, I very humbly accept this honor. Thank you so very much.